John Graves of Vision America is helping to educate evangelical voters. Vision America prints voter guides and makes them available to churches so Christians can know where candidates stand on the issues. But his group has become the target of some dirty tricks. In Texas, for example, someone copied their voter guides and reworded them to mislead voters. Take a look at this. On the left side is the real guide, and on the right side is the fake one. Republican Senate candidate Ted Cruz is pro-life, but as you can see on the fake side, it says he opposes right to life. Hundreds of those fake voter guides were distributed at several campuses of a mega church in Dallas-Fort Worth. John Graves joins us now to tell us more. So, John, tell us more about what happened with these fake voter guides.
Well, thank you for having me. We share these all over the nation, and each state, like Texas, they're the same everywhere. We give them free to churches, and so we have no way to know how widespread this is. But I got a call this weekend and said, "Hey, John, did you know there's some fraudulent voter guides or fake voter guides with inaccurate information?" So we began looking into it and found what you have now shown everybody. We don't know. We know it's happened in different cities. We have no way to know how widespread this is or who's behind it. We're trying to get to the bottom of that now.
Now, they keep your logo as we showed, but rewrote the guide with some different information. Is that illegal?
It is. It's a copyright violation. If it's found out to be from Beto's campaign, it's a violation of the FEC under federal law. There's fraud. There's all kinds of other issues. We're having some attorneys that are specialists in election law and voter fraud look into it as well.
Now, I understand some evangelical women are being misled to vote against a Senate candidate because these fake guides misrepresent his position. Tell us about that.
Okay, yeah. So one of the questions that they did, there were a lot of the Democrat or Beto talking points, if you will, and one of those is that it misleads people to say Senator Cruz wants to separate families at the border. That actually has been part of the interview. Ted Cruz that's not his position. He's actually trying to work against that and trying to pass legislation in the Senate. And so it's just an attempt to deceive. But probably the nastiest part of this is that they snuck secretly inside of churches. We don't know how many they're doing this. We don't know if it's just in this state or other states. But they snuck inside churches to deceive church members. And I've been around this for over 20 years. I've never seen or heard anything like that. So it's pretty appalling.
What are some of the most important issues to evangelical voters in these midterm elections?
The Supreme Court has been the big, huge issue. If you look at the statistical polls, 60% of the people that are evangelical that voted for Donald Trump didn't necessarily like him or want to vote for him, but they wanted the Supreme Court appointments, and they're very happy with those. The second, it used to be pro-life. Pro-life has now been surpassed in some ways in many of these states by religious liberty because people are losing their religious liberties. And if you lose your religious liberty, then you can't even talk about pro-life. And then obviously the marriage issue with men going in women's bathroom was a huge battle here in Texas this last cycle and in many, many states around the country. But we try to deal with many issues. We talk to the pastors, ask them what the top issues are, and try to deal with many of those. And we footnote ours. One of the things that was fascinating is we footnote ours. They just left it blank and made campaign statements, if you will.
All right, John Graves of Vision America, thank you so much for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you.